Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
And we're back. We're excited to be here, and we're back and excited to be here also. Oh, wait, I didn't... Oh, Ben, I didn't test. There we go. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, perfect.
That's how we test our mics, by making the loudest noise possible.
Right into it.
Welcome back to the Really Cool Podcast. We're back. Season 3, episode 38. 37? Can you believe that we're already that far in?
I think we might even be 39.
We might. Didn't it feel like we just expanded to video?
Yeah.
That was almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Give it we're a few months off a year ago.
I was thinking about that. Not only that, I was thinking we are over a third into this season.
Yeah.
We're
going to have new art and
picks
everything soon.
I feel like we're taking those pics. We were just recording our first episode in that tiny little storage closet.
Yeah.
And here we are with no real improvements otherwise.
I mean, we got a lot of views on our thing last week.
Yeah.
Average watch time 130 though. I'll take
Yeah.
the views though.
Yeah.
I'm eating those views right
The
up.
clickbait was
I'm
nice.
not watching the average watch time.
Yeah.
Frick the average watch time.
You
watched.
I do love. We had someone. I told you about this. We had someone on Poopy Politics a few episodes ago.
Yes.
Comment something like funny stuff. Love the potty.
Yeah, I saw
Pretty
that.
funny.
Yeah.
And then on the most recent episode we just had Algo. Thumbs up. Like algorithm.
Is that what that?
I think so.
Is that what that meant?
I think it just popped
I
up
looked
in
at that and I was like, what?
I think it popped up in like maybe their recommended.
Interesting. I guess just because it said Matt Rife. They're into that Matt Rife stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're at like I think we're over 200 now or something.
That's nice. I love.
It's been a while
you know
since
what? We got
that.
a controversial take. We got to be canceling more people.
We do.
Have you guys stopped to think about
Hey,
the
you
fact?
out there. Do you drive a car?
Canceled.
Yeah.
We need walkable cities, jerk. Have you guys stopped to think about the fact that cancel culture is kind of good if you're not the one being canceled? You stop to think about the fact that it's kind of good for content farming?
Stop to think about the fact that.
Ever think about the fact that if you're the one holding the magnifying glass and not the ant being burned, that it's kind of fun? Anyway, he's not canceled. He's still selling out a million shows.
I know. He's
Like,
just
what is
fine.
he whining
He's
about?
just fine. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's an idiot. He's still just doing crowd work.
Yeah.
Still just
Pretty
doing
much.
it. Nothing's changed.
Yeah. I
He
will
still
say,
wants people to think he's funny.
I don't want to be beating the dead horse because we talked about it last episode, but I did watch, I would say maybe 8 minutes of the Jordan Peterson Matt Rife
I haven't even
podcast
touched it.
episode.
I haven't even touched
I'll
it.
say this. The best part of the entire thing is the title.
What's the title?
Rife for Cancellation.
Oh, that's
Kinda
actually
clever.
That's a
Kinda
clever title.
Kind of clever.
I'll give it to you, Jordan Peterson.
start
That's a
watching?
clever title. Rife for canceling.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pretty clever.
Who came up with that? I wonder.
An intern.
Yeah, probably.
Unpaid, probably.
Probably somebody. Probably somebody, some lower level employee.
Yeah.
What do we call this?
Huh.
That's really good. Intern number 4.
That could really work. That's pretty good. That's why Jordan Peterson wasn't
What
good.
what do we pay this guy again?
Hopefully
nothing?
nothing.
That was good.
A little bit better.
That was way better.
Okay.
That was actually good. If I close my eyes, that was Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I would start watching it, and
Wow,
within the 8 minutes I watched,
you channeled something different
I
when
did.
you said that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think you'll ever be able to replicate
No, I
that.
won't.
That was perfect.
I won't.
Sorry. That was great.
They were going in circles, basically going, "I love your stuff. I don't really watch your stuff." That's what it was. They both were going back and forth, going, I haven't seen that much, but I love your stuff. And then they start talking, and they go, they're doing that like, you do this kind of stuff, right? And they politely go, well. And yeah, within the first 8 minutes, Matt Rife defended his first joke with the stupid one.
The domestic violence one.
And he said, this is what he said. He goes, "It's a classic joke, as old as time, and I put a fun new spin on it." Is the fun new spin in the room with us right now, Matt Rife? Where was it? I didn't see a fun new spin. You told the same joke.
And it was less funny.
It was less funny. Yeah, and then at one point Jordan Peterson basically said all his critics are people who don't understand humor. They wouldn't know a joke if it slapped him in the face. And I said, well, that's not necessarily
I don't know if
true.
that's quite true, bro.
And then he basically, I don't really know, it came out of left field. He basically said, I think, if you're a Jordan Peterson fan, you're going to tell me I am straw manning or I'm misrepresenting. I don't know. He out of nowhere was he brought up this idea of like orangutans and how the strong like alpha male orangutans, they get really big and they get those like flaps on the sides of their face and they get so big that they can't spend time in the trees. They get so big in alpha that they just sit on the forest floor, and that's a desirable thing for the women in their alpha. But some researchers studied them and found that some males don't do that. They actually like have evolved to stay kind of small and look kind of adolescent and kind of like trick the younger orangutans into sex that way.
Interesting.
And basically he kind of brought that up as like kind of like us. Those guys are betas. That's base. And then Matt Rife was like, he just was like, "That's crazy, bro, but people do that kind of stuff, man." And I'm like, what the
There's so much wrong with
are we talking about? Anyway, so that was what I watched, and then I went,
That's
you know
close to
what?
home.
I don't know if I need to finish this.
I don't think I would have finished it either. What a weird thing.
Yeah.
Listen.
But can I say one thing? It was really funny when Jordan Peterson said, because he said, "I haven't watched your full specials, but I've seen kind of the clips." And he goes, "So you kind of just do crowd work, right?"
That's
He
good.
did say,
I love it.
and he did
That's
not mean it to be offensive. And Matt Rife was kind of like, "Well, you know, it's had its time."
That's perfect. I'm glad Jordan Peterson notices it too.
It's funny.
Yeah. But yeah, listen, and this doesn't even really matter, but I always find it so weird when people like take like ape civilizations and go, "We should be like this."
Or go, "They do that? That's what we're doing."
Yeah. I'm like, guys, come on, it's different.
They're apes.
They are apes.
We drive a car.
Yeah, it's completely different. It's different. Like if you're on that evolution train, it's been millions of years since we were even remotely close to each other. Like on the evolutionary tree.
It's just a weird.
Why are we still talking about them like we should be like orangutans or like they're like us?
Yeah, it's just
They're
odd
animals.
to me to be like. I don't think he was saying like people these days do that, but I think that's how like Matt Rife took it.
Right.
Of like those are like the betas that anyway. And then Jordan Peterson was like, "Well, exactly," or whatever. See, I couldn't cancel.
You couldn't get
channel
back,
it again.
You couldn't get back to what it was. It was close, but
I'll try again.
something was spiritual about the first one there. Second one, third one.
Yeah. But anyway, it's just weird to me because it's like you could do that with any creature and be like, "Well, look at nature."
Yeah, look at nature acting.
Kind of crazy.
Come on, y'all.
Think about how that is similar to us. You know, praying mantises, when they mate, the female eats the head of the male after it's done. Something to think about in our day-to-day. You know?
Shut the hell up. Go read a book.
Yeah. Aren't we a little worried about giving women too much power? Because they could
eat our heads off.
our heads like a praying mantis.
Wow,
I wish that was me.
That really makes me think, bro. Dude, what I wouldn't give to get my head eaten off by my wife.
By my sexy praying mantis wife.
Holy. That's a turn on.
That's how I want to go.
If that's... that'd be a good way to go, though.
If
you just got like
had
the
sex.
greatest sex of your life, and then you just... That's it.
Had your head ripped off immediately.
That was the that's the last thing that
memory you
experienced?
have.
That's fine.
That's fine.
What, you want to die in a car accident?
No.
You want to die painfully,
slowly,
in a bed
with a disease.
Yeah. You want to flip in, get your, you want to get shot in like a war.
Yeah.
No, I want to get my head eaten off by my wife.
Yeah.
After some mind-blowing sex, and that's what's that. That's that.
You heard it here first.
Let's be like more like praying mantises, guys.
Yeah.
Let's be more like praying
Jordan
mantises.
Peterson has his lobsters. He talks about lobsters.
He likes lobsters.
I don't know. I'm gonna catch myself right here. I don't know what the flip he talks about with lobsters. I just know he talks about it. Praying mantis. That's our guys. We love them. Get their heads flipping ripped off in a moment of orgasmic bliss.
I think I'm a praying mantis.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you want to call praying mantis males beta, then I'll gladly be a beta.
I will take it. Yeah, that's fine.
I will gladly be beta. Listen though, no, that I hate. I'm blanking on his name. Baldy.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about
Andrew Tate.
Yeah,
I hate that guy so much.
he's the worst.
That guy is cancer.
He's bad.
Cancer for men.
He's really
He's
bad.
cancer. I keep seeing him throughout the world, just being the same idiot self.
Yeah.
And every time I see him, I go, "Oh, you are cancer. You're literal cancer."
He's pretty rough. I don't understand.
I know we've talked about him before, and I
It's
don't
not
want
even
to.
him. I just don't understand men these days. What are we so
What's
angry
going on with
about?
men these days,
And
guys?
what's
Why
funny
are we so pissed
is
off?
they're saying the same stuff. They're saying what's going on with men these days, but in the opposite. I'm saying, why are you guys so mad?
Yeah, why are you guys
What are you
freaking out
upset
so
about?
much? Why
You're
do you-
just if you're like, look, okay. If you're an incel, and you're
okay. We're
and,
starting off strong.
and you're
if you're
mad.
an incel,
First off, term incel, involuntarily celibate. Yeah, dude, that's how it works. You're not owed
yeah,
a relationship.
No.
Would it be nice? Yeah.
Yeah.
If no one is giving you the time of the day, and I don't want to be rude because you're already at a pretty low
maybe
point.
it's something about you.
Have you looked in a mirror and done some self-reflecting?
Come
and
on,
I
guys.
don't mean that as a physical look in the mirror. I mean, maybe you're just unpleasant
Yeah, I've looked in the
to
mirror.
be around.
I've looked in the mirror.
Yeah. I need to looks max. And I
Guys,
go to the
just-
gym all the time, and women, they're stupid and they don't want me. Yeah, maybe because you're rude.
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah, maybe you're kind of rude to them, belittle them a little bit. Listen,
It's
guys,
odd.
it's really weird having conversations with people who are like subscribing to the Andrew Tate train. Not just about like men in general, but it's like I'll just tell them like my lifestyle, where I'm like, yeah, you know, man, like, listen, like I want to have enough money to like be comfortable and like, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I don't want to be constantly worried about getting more rich.
Yeah.
And like I just want to get to a point where I'm comfortable
Yeah.
and I can enjoy my life with my family
Yeah.
and not have to worry about money. And they're like, but you don't want to get rich, bro? Like, you don't, like, that's so beta of you, man. Like, you just want to like sit and like be lazy and like
Yeah.
just not like be into the grind. And
Yeah.
I'm like, no, like
I just saw this thing, and
I want to play video games, dude. Like once a week, like that's fine.
I saw this dude. You know, John Bernthal, the actor. Mm-hmm. He's like the Punisher, and he's in Walking Dead and all this stuff. He has a podcast, and he's that alpha male dude that's not like Andrew Tate alpha is like, well, treating women as objects, sex trafficking, psychopath.
Yeah.
John Bernthal is kind of that like make yourself the best man you can be, you know, to little bit trad conservative mindset of like so you can like protect your wife,
Yeah.
and like support
Which,
your
like,
wife financially.
I don't have necessarily a problem with that. If that's your lifestyle and you've
Yeah.
got a wife who's also
Who
cool
wants
with that,
Yes.
I'm fine with that. Go
Yeah.
and live your life.
If you're saying that's
Yeah.
how we should all be,
No.
okay, relax.
Then you lose me a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've
But
got no problem with that.
I think
lifestyle.
I don't even know if that is him, but
Right.
he gives me those vibes,
Right.
and he's very much like that. Like you gotta work on
Right.
yourself, make yourself
Which
the
I
best you
think
can
is
be. I
good.
think it's valid,
Yeah.
but he does have that kind of grind,
Yeah.
whatever. And he had this. Someone compiled. He's got this obsession,
Yeah.
with naps.
Naps.
Yeah,
I like
where-
naps.
No, he hates them.
He hates
Yeah.
naps. Okay, now
He's
you've lost
got-
me.
he's got
Is
this-
it all about like it's a waste of time?
Yes.
I hate that. It's not a waste of time.
You're an adult grown man napping, bro.
But that's where
when the hours are passing you by, and I'm
that's
just
where
like,
they lose me. Where
Yeah.
everything it's this like hyper productivity where like
Yes.
everything has to be a productive moment. Do you know what I did yesterday?
Tell me.
Okay. Let me here's my I finished school on
Yeah.
Friday last week. That was my final exam. And I put in the calendar. And I checked with my wife, and my wife was on board with this. It
Yeah.
literally my calendar from yesterday says Ben comma, do nothing.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Didn't you text? Hold up. Did you not text me and say we can't record because your day is slammed on Monday? Did you not text me saying your day is slammed on Monday? You've got family stuff and stuff with Anissa?
Dude, I just got caught red-handed.
Did you not text me that? You did.
Listen. Let me explain my thought process. No, I didn't feel comfortable telling you I couldn't record because I cleared the day to do nothing.
Why?
Because I felt like you'd be like, dude, I gotta record.
No, I'd be like, dude, fair enough, mental health day.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
That's so funny.
I've been caught red-handed.
I love that you forgot that's what you texted me.
I did. But here's the thing, bro. You texted me, what are you up to tomorrow? Yeah. And I sat deliberating for I'm like, do I just tell him? Yeah. Do I just tell him that I got that it's in the calendar to do nothing? Yeah. Or do I just come up with something? And I'm like, you know what? I feel really bad about it. I even said to Anissa, ask her. I was like, I feel really bad about this. Like, should I tell him? Should I just lie? And it's whatever. It's I hung out with Max during the day, and then I'm hanging out with you when you get home. So it's not a lie, but it's definitely stretching the truth. And she's like, yeah, I mean, do whatever you want. I don't care.
I was literally, I had in my head, I was going to ask you about what'd you get up to yesterday with some Christmas stuff.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's really funny. It's really funny.
So I hope you can forgive me for that.
Yeah. So you had it in the calendar. Tell me what you did.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh man, I can't believe I walked myself right into that.
It's good. I wish I could
you
grab
still
my
respect
phone.
me, right?
Of course. I think that's. It's very Larry David of you to go. To both value the day off, and prioritize it, but then also acknowledge
be a little embarrassed about it, yeah.
To be like, what if he doesn't get it?
Yeah, what if he?
I gotta say, I got meetings all day, and then to just be at home in your bathrobe and go, this is what I wanted.
Yeah. Just so you know, after I sent the text where I chose to lie, I sat in silence for 30 minutes being like, I should just backtrack on this. Why am I lying to him?
No,
I was like, this is not nice.
I don't respect you any less. I think that's very funny.
Anyways, so
I honestly I don't think I've ever done that to you, but I could see myself doing that. Yeah. To be like, Ben's not gonna get it if I say nah. I'm not.
What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably would be very intentional to then not go, bro, you would not believe the amount of nothing I did yesterday.
I forgot. I totally slipped up.
Clearly didn't eat you up that much then.
No, it ate me up, and then I came to terms with it.
Well, then you had your day of nothing.
And then I went, you know what, it's whatever.
You rested in bliss.
I said, this is just going to continue on.
Tell me what you did.
He'll never know. I woke up at 11 o'clock, and I drove to Markham and got Chipotle with Max. And then,
nice.
And then I came home. And I played video games from 12:30 until 9:30.
Oh, that's nice. What'd you play?
Apex Legends for a little bit.
Yep.
And then some hockey.
Nice.
And some Fortnite.
So you hit the rounds.
I hit a lot of games with different people.
That's good.
I started with Max, and then I played by myself, and then I played with my other friends.
See, that's fun. Because
it was a good day.
I know people who they've got a few games that they love, or even just one game.
Yeah.
But it gets to a point where it stops being a game they love.
Yeah.
Because they're queuing up for a battle royale or League of Legends or whatever, and then they lose 4 games, and they're pissed off, and they go, load up another.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they just get upset.
Just play it on. There's a billion games.
Yeah.
Go play another game.
So I was jumping between games.
Nice.
To manage my.
And then Issa got home at 9:30.
Yeah. And then we ordered some food and watched Home Alone 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So technically, I didn't lie.
No, I don't even care. That's really funny.
I'm all red faced now. I'm all shook up. I can't about that slip.
Clip it.
It's clipped forever that I lied to my friend, my best of friend.
I saw this tweet, unrelated completely, but it made me think. When I said clip it, it made me think of. I saw this tweet that said, "I think chat, the word chat, is becoming the world's first gender-neutral fourth-person pronoun."
That's good.
Chat, is this real?
Chat? Yeah, chat.
Yeah. Saying that, talking about nobody. No, chat's not there. Out in person. I
love that.
When chat
That's so funny.
started being used as a phrase like obviously it's a Twitch thing, and I know that, and it was very obviously popularized by like like a Ludwig and like an XQC and whatever of like chat, is this real?
Yeah,
dude, is this real? Hey, chat, do you see this? Flipping, I hated that, but it's already it's very quickly, like probably quicker than like when something sucks, and then you like it ironically, and then you start just saying it. Yeah. Unironically, you like it unironically. Yeah. Chat, I didn't even like ironically. It just fully became, I was like, nah, I like it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I do it all the time to myself when I like lose a weird matchup in like a video game. I'm like, chat, what the heck? Did that just happen? All the time to myself.
It's hilarious.
Chat. Check it.
Driving on the highway, someone makes a bad lane change and you just turn like 30 degrees. Chat, is this real?
Did you see this? Should I report him, chat?
Sorry, did I miss a patch, chat? What's going on? Are you allowed to do that now? Or yeah, it's funny.
That's good.
I love chat.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a good tweet too. It's funny.
Yeah, well, and I think they're kind of right.
Yeah, I'm with them. They are right.
I can't think of another fourth person.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Yeah,
you're talking. Yeah, no, absolutely not.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, but anyways, back to the thing before I exposed myself blatantly lying to you. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Yeah, like I understand there's pros and cons. There's pros to being like you need to be a high value male. And I'm like, listen, I know I need to better myself and I want to be a good husband and all that stuff. But like I don't need to constantly be every second of my life being a high value male. That's where they lose me, where it's like, you're not even napping, dude. You can't be a high value male if you nap. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a nap.
You're a grown man who naps, bro. Couldn't be me.
And I'm gonna nap.
I honestly, I think it's even more than that. I think that kind of stuff does make you a better person. Mm-hmm. Like if you are constantly thinking about where's my next dollar coming from? What's the side hustle I got to work on? Yeah. How do I maximize my minutes so that I don't think you are benefiting anybody.
No.
I think you're gonna burn out, and you're gonna reach. Even if you don't burn out, I just think you're gonna reach a point where you look back at your life and you go, "Did I enjoy that?" Like you can look back and see the things you've accomplished, but if you never
gonna achieve peace that way.
Do you not want to look back and think about that day that you woke up a little bit early just to sit in the silence for like 2 hours with a cup of coffee on your deck?
Yeah.
That's not productive.
No.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's an incredible use of time.
One of the memories that I think about with like my wife, for example, is not when we got up and we're strictly going to do stuff. Like it's when we woke up in bed at 9:30 and we didn't get to bed till 11.
Yep.
We just sat in there and talked.
Yep.
And then had a slow morning. That's unproductive.
Yeah.
But it's way more important than me.
It's also
than anything that is productive.
I think that I'm starting to work on a hypothesis here, because I think that
all right. Let me hear it.
I think there's a reason that this level, that level of grind mentality, also equates to men who typically aren't very self-aware,
right?
Emotionally, they typically aren't great, in dealing with other people sometimes, because you don't have any time for introspection. Yeah, when every waking minute is what's next. Yeah, you're not sitting and actually thinking about the wonders of life. Yeah, or just
yourself. Are you happy with yourself?
Yeah. And just going, am I happy? Yeah. Am I at peace?
Am I at peace in my life? Yeah.
Is my soul joy comforted?
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I okay to be alone with my thoughts? Even for the silly stuff of just going, what would happen if I filled my stand-up shower with Jell-O? Yeah. That's a fun thing to think about. It's stupid, but it's that level. People, I'm going to butcher it, but Kurt Vonnegut, the author, has it might not even be rightly attributed to him, but there's this kind of story that goes around talking where he talks about he tells his wife, he's like, I got to go out and buy some stamps, and she's like, what are you talking about? You can order 1,000 stamps online for cheap,
right? And
you have the money,
right?
Why waste the time? Why not do something else? And basically, what the sum of what he's saying is people People have lost the ability to just fart around.
Yeah.
And it's just like he's like, I love that.
Yeah,
to just walk and buy a single stamp. Like
Yeah.
he was like, I was buying one stamp.
Wow.
At the post office, and like, that's my time.
Yeah.
Like,
Hustle culture's destroyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that. To
Yeah.
just meander,
yeah.
to just kind of pitter patter.
And just hang out.
I've
Yeah.
seriously brought up. I don't think we've done it, but I've seriously brought up like to Maddie once. I think I'm not trying to act like I've brought this up 1,000 times, but I once brought up the idea to Maddie, and I still kind of like it, of just going to Costco.
Right. Just
Not to
walking
get something.
Just walking around.
Yeah, don't grab a cart.
That's fun.
Just walk. Well,
Just
what's that? What do they got
pitter-patter
there?
around.
Grab
That's-
a free
that's
sample if they
fun.
got it.
That's
what's
fun.
that? They got what's for sale?
Yeah.
And then if you do see something you want, great, get it. But that, like, to almost put the limitation on yourself, like, no, we're not getting eggs. Like, get something kind of silly.
Yeah.
We're
just pitter pattering.
And don't even go
around.
to get something. Just wander around the Costco.
Yeah. That's great.
That's fun.
That's great. Yeah. I think. Listen, man, and I'm not to those of you out there who are into hustle culture. I'm not saying you can't be productive, and I'm not saying you can't accomplish things. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
Just you gotta have an end.
You gotta have.
You gotta have a peace point.
Yeah,
where
and
you're
it can't
satisfied.
It can't be when you're 75.
No.
You should have a peace point. I would say every day.
Yeah.
But at least once a week or once a month.
You gotta be satisfied.
To go.
in
Let
your
me
life.
just look back and go. Oh, that was good.
Yep. It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
If you're not satisfied.
I will say this.
You'll burn out eventually.
I will say this. When I'm at Costco to get eggs and all the stuff I need, if I see someone flipping, clogging up the lane, I'm like, dude, go. Like,
yeah. Listen.
you're in the middle of the aisle with a cart. I got places to be. I got things to buy. I will. The hustle culture comes out when I got places.
Yeah.
I got
I'm
stuff
not
to get
saying
at
I'm
Costco.
perfect here, guys. I haven't achieved inner peace,
No.
but I try.
Yeah.
And I just can't be bothered to constantly be productive.
I will say,
can't.
I'm trying.
I'm incapable of it.
No, you can't.
I'd
And
burn out like a week.
I'm actively trying to continually fight this hustle mentality in my head, like to balance. Like, okay, I need to be productive.
You need to do things. Yeah,
but to
there are responsibilities that I have.
to be present in moments and to just go, well, I'm here.
Yeah,
Let driving be the thing that I'm doing.
yeah.
Because let me tell you, I wasn't sure if I was going to say this. I'll say it. I made an oopsie the other day
You made
in
an
my
oopsie?
vehicle.
What'd you do to your vehicle?
So, I'm driving.
Everyone close their eyes, visualize. Put yourself in Judah's shoes. What'd you do?
It was bad.
What'd you do?
It was really bad.
Tell us what you did.
I was driving. It was dark. And I'm talking to Maddie. And
Maddie was in the car.
Yeah.
So she witnessed your oopsie.
yeah, and I told her as soon as we got out of the car, I said, this stays in the car. And
Never leaves the car. It's
yeah,
leaving the car now.
It's
though.
leaving the car because I think it's kind of funny, but it also it's not funny. It's dangerous, but it also relates to what we're talking about because
Okay.
I had so much going through my head of just we were going somewhere. Okay, did we bring enough food? We're bringing some food to this thing. You know, I'm thinking I got to get I'm literally like, okay, where are we going? Do we have enough food? When am I turning? Okay, is that car good? Okay, good. Oh, the inside of my windshield's kind of dirty. I need to get my flipping car detailed. Oh, it's so dirty, like I'm struggling to kind of see the lines because it's raining out and it's dark. And I'm like, I got to make sure that I'm like really attentive. I'm thinking this, Ben. I remember thinking I got to be really attentive.
You weren't being
Turning
attentive.
left. Advance comes. Or not advance. I'm waiting. Sorry, let me make, not in advance. I know, I need to make sure this is 100%
scrub that, guys.
correct.
Not an advanced green.
It was a green.
Okay.
And it goes yellow.
Okay.
So I'm going, okay, I'm going to turn, but I see a car coming. And I'm kind of doing I'm inching, but I'm keeping an eye on him to be like, are they slowing down? Or am I going to have to hit the brakes? And I'm looking at him, turning. I went way too narrow, and I'm turning into oncoming traffic, into the turn lane of oncoming traffic. I went before the median, and I was just like, Maddie was like, babe, and I was just like, oh, and I see car headlights kind of coming, honk, and I just swerve, and I was like, what the heck? I don't know what happened.
What?
Yeah,
You turned into oncoming traffic?
Yeah. So
and then when you had to get past the median? Where did this happen? What intersection?
I don't want to air out the intersection.
Do I know the intersection?
Yeah.
Is it around here?
Yeah. So I'm
Give me one of the streets.
it's a Green Lane.
Okay, I know which one.
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is then.
so not the busiest one.
Okay, no, but you had to get past the median.
So here's what I'm turning.
Yeah.
And then the perpendicular traffic, median's here, and I turn a little too short,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's their left turn lane going the other way.
and there was no cars in it.
That's
Thank God.
But there was a car sort of coming up. He flashed the high beams, and I just went, "Brr," and then quickly. And Maddie's like, that guy probably thinks you were honking at him. And I was like, I'm just honking to make sure he doesn't hit
Yeah,
me.
just to say, hey man, I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Don't hit me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because by the time she said babe, I couldn't, I was turned, I couldn't correct.
Right.
I couldn't just be like, whoa.
Yeah. You were too. You had to commit.
So I had to just.
Otherwise, you're going over the median and cracking
Yes.
the bottom of your car
Yeah.
in half.
But see, here's my thing: is that is me
Thinking
Being-
too much.
not present.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about. I was literally thinking, bro, you better make sure. You can't really see the lines because it's raining. You got to be very attentive. Oh, is that car? You know what's going on? I really need to get my car detailed. Turn. Whoa!
I'm in oncoming traffic.
And
wow.
so, yeah, dude, and I mean, to be fair, I do need to get the inside of my I need to clean the inside of my windshield because when there's lights reflecting, you kind of see the dirt
Yeah.
more than the through. But yeah, I was so embarrassed, and obviously that could be really dangerous.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's a pretty
Hey, you're alive.
quiet intersection.
Yeah.
No one's
Especially at
the
night.
turn out. The
Yeah.
street I was turning on to is 50.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. But yeah, I was how did so embarrassed immediately.
Yeah.
Just how did that happen? And then Maddie, she hit me with "You're the people we make fun of," and I'm like, I know.
That's such a great, funny thing to say.
Yeah.
Not you're an idiot. Not
No.
you made an oopsie. You're the people we make fun
Yeah.
of. Oh, that's
So
funny.
and then
that's so
we were
funny.
going to a dinner party, and so we
Oh.
get out of the car, and she's still the whole rest of the way she's kind of chuckling about it, and I'm like, don't you dare,
Yeah, don't you dare
tell
go in
anybody.
there and tell everybody in the family what
Yeah.
I did.
Look at this idiot. Let me handle this on my own terms, okay? But yeah, I was
Wow,
it
that's
just-
crazy.
because
Not
it's
present.
easy to stop
Yeah,
and think about
Check it out.
what's next and to
Yeah.
just go, okay, what's next?
Yeah.
Driving autopilot. That's not a safe place to be.
Yeah.
You
I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone. Yeah.
And so, it's just not great.
yeah,
But yeah, I just oh my gosh, I just hope he thinks I swerved and the rain cut my tires or something. I
Yeah,
hope he
yeah.
thinks that it was
yeah. Whoops.
because it was not. It was
Yeah,
me
guy was
being a
probably called you.
moron.
I'm sure he called you a moron.
Oh, he probably said a
probably called
lot
you a
worse.
moron.
Yeah.
Called
But-
you a moron, a muppet.
Yeah, I just I need to acknowledge it's okay to just be what you're doing.
Yep.
And to just do it.
Yep.
When I was driving the other day and I left a parking lot and the car ahead of me was someone that I sort of know.
Mm-hmm.
They're driving 20 and I'm like, I can't do anything because they know me. I can't. So I'm just gotta live and suffer. And so we turn, and then we're both turning at the same place. And so I'm like, okay. And they turn at going 20. And I'm like, holy frick. What are we? And so as soon as I can change lanes, I do. But not in a way that's more
Yeah,
super
more
quick. Yeah.
God.
So I just casually, and I'm like, okay, we're good. Got out from behind him. I can drive the speed limit. That's 60. 40 under. And I'm doing the glance back in the rear view. I'm like, they're still going so slow. I don't understand. Anyway, it's not someone I'm close with by any means. I just know them.
Right.
They know my face.
You
know.
can't get into a scuffle
Yes.
with them.
But I ended up being behind someone who's going 40, and I'm just like,
Well, a lot of slow people
Yeah.
today, yeah.
and it was a Sunday, and so I'm just
Everyone was just chilling.
and I'm fighting the urge to just lose my mind.
Right.
I'm not happy, but I'm like, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah.
I
Do what
gotta
you
be
gotta
in
do.
this lane in a kilometer or two. I could do the whole get over and try and get back, but I'm like, who cares?
Yeah.
You know
You
what?
gotta do whatever.
Stifled that rage.
Shove it
Turned,
back down.
Yeah.
Hide it there.
was stuck
Don't
behind
deal
him.
with it ever.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Just package it up.
I just went,
in
you
your
know
heart.
what?
Let me just fold the
It's
reins.
okay to not.
Stay in there.
I wasn't rushing. I didn't need to poop. I had nowhere to be.
Didn't need to put.
So I was just like, you know what? I can just be going slow right now. And
Wow, I'm proud
so,
of you.
yeah.
Is that where it ended?
No, so they kept going straight. I turned right. Mood changed. Great. I had stopped thinking about how slow they were going.
You were
like
doing great.
A few minutes before the turn. I did, I was coming up to the turn lane, I did have a moment of like, please don't turn with me, you know? But they didn't, and so I was like, that's fine. Then driving down, you know, the rest of my drive, and I'm just going for, I'm having a good time, listening to music. Get to pretty close to my house in a left turn lane. 4 cars back, 3 cars ahead. Advanced green goes. I see a white truck up at the front.
Doesn't move.
He moves.
Yeah, very, very slowly.
and I just
That nothing hurts. Nothing makes me more angry than that.
and the Zen was
And
never
washed
existed.
away. The
and
rage that he had shoved, folded nicely into his heart, exploded.
and I just screamed as loud as I could. Go.
No way, no way.
And I just went.
Oh, you said go. You said go.
Yeah,
I thought you just
didn't-
went. Ah!
No, I just said I yelled go as loud as I could.
That's funny. Did
And
it
then-
make you feel better?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah, and
It did?
but then what was really funny is that I screamed, like I was like, you know, like my whole body, and then immediately after, I went to I thought to myself, where did that come from? and then
Where's that rage from?
And then I had to go.
Come on.
Oh yeah, it was the rest of the drive.
That's from me.
That was the culminated.
I have rage.
Yeah. That was the culmination of the rest of that
Oh.
20-minute drive that
Yeah.
should have been 15.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was,
I've rushed from the next place, the one place to the next two, man. Too
Yeah.
much.
And so anyway, it's just a reminder that you can kind of just be stuck for a bit,
Yeah.
to just be
Just
present
live-
of
Just
your
live your
surroundings.
life, man. Just take your time.
Yeah,
If you want to spend the whole day playing video games and lie to your best friend about it, that's fine. You go ahead and do
you
that.
get those days every
You
once in
wanna-
a while.
I'm a scumbag. You be a scumbag too. I'll never lie to
Scumbag.
you ever again about that.
You were really embarrassed about that. I caught you
I
as
feel
soon as I
bad.
said
I
it.
feel bad because I felt bad about it
Yeah.
the other day when I did it, and I was like, you can't do this. But then
When
the evil side took over and said, you can do it.
When I
He's
cut
fine.
you
He'll be
off
okay.
and said, "Did you not?
Oh,
How quick did your brain?"
Fear entered my brain. I said, you did not just do that. You blew the Monday facade. Oh,
I'm honestly glad that you had that day. It sounds like a great day.
thank you. I'm glad that you're okay.
No, I don't. I genuinely do not care. That's really funny.
Yeah. Listen, guys, it's
Because
fine.
I get it. Like we're very close.
Yeah.
Like we're best friends, but there are times where, like with this podcast, where we're like, well, we got to do it.
Yeah.
And we don't have a schedule, but like we have been recording on Mondays.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. Like there's times where I'm like, I don't think, again, I've never had to do this, but like I totally get that feeling of like, is he not going to understand? Like, is he going to hit me with a, dude, like we got to get this done?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
like,
oh no.
I totally get where you're coming from. But yeah, I am like, you did fully tell me like how slammed. Not only did you say like how slammed you were,
No, don't flesh it out. Don't flesh it out.
you offered. Do you remember?
I know, to record solo because I felt so bad,
To be
and I
like-
had to play the
to be like, dude, like the only time I could carve out of my schedule is Tuesday night. So if you can't do that, no problem. Let me.
Do you understand? Understand my brain. My brain was going, oh, I feel awful. And I go, you know what? I don't want to put Tuesday night on them. So I'm like, listen, man, like I'm the evil scumbag here. If you need me to record solo, I will. Because I'm a scumbag.
What's funny is because obviously I didn't know that's why you were doing that,
Yeah.
and so I read that when that text came in,
You're like,
going,
why is he making such a big deal
why
out
is
of
he-
this?
Like
Yeah.
I haven't even told him whether I can do it or not, and he's already trying to be like, but don't, like I can, like you were so apologetic that I was like,
Why is he making such a
All
big
right.
deal? Yeah,
Yeah, I was
that's
like-
why I was making a big deal because I felt like a scumbag. But
yeah, I forgot about that until just now that you offered to record solo, and I did. I looked at it and I was like, no, like I could do that. That's fine. Whatever. You're busy, man. I literally hit him with I said, it's all good, man.
yeah,
it's the holidays. You're busy.
and I didn't answer because I was like, I'm a scumbag. I'm not gonna go deeper into this.
Yeah,
Like, I
you're-
read that and I'm like, I can't
Yeah.
just go. Yeah, man. You know, I'm just like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's fine. It's over. Go be a
That is
scumbag.
funny. It would have been even funnier if you did though, where you were just
If I
like,
doubled down.
If you were just like, yeah, man, it gets real crazy around these times. Like,
I double down on my
yeah,
lie. Yeah, no,
that's really
not
funny.
a chance. I'm not that much of a scumbag. I'm just a scumbag.
I love that. That made this episode. That made the episode. That's
Penn's
really
a scumbag. That's the title.
caught red-handed. Question mark.
Ben
Question
gets
mark.
caught red-handed.
Yeah.
Clickbait. Yeah.
But for real, he did kind of get caught red-handed though.
It was weird. It was a weird energy where I was like,
I also
prioritized it, but I was still ashamed enough.
I
to hide it.
also love, because I think Maddie and I have a similar relationship. You, racked with indecision, go, let me take it to my wife. She'll help me with this moral dilemma. And she goes, flippin' do whatever. I don't care.
Yeah,
Like,
why are you even considering this?
yeah. I guess if you want, like, I
Yeah.
don't, whatever.
It's fine.
Yeah. Like, it's
I'm
really,
like, no,
for
you have
her to
help
be
me.
like, it's not that big of a deal if you lie, but also, like, why would you?
Yeah,
Like,
just flipping, dude, like he's your friend.
because I've had that similar with Maddie, where I had that. Okay, so not to you.
Right.
I had that the other day, and I know I'm safe with this because there's no shot they'll hear this. I had a dentist appointment,
Okay.
and I just stayed in bed too long, and I was in bed. It kind of not. I wasn't like knowingly going like, who cares? But I
Yeah.
wasn't really fully paying attention. I think like I was kind of just like in that like, I'm in bed, on my phone,
Yeah.
kicking rocks, texting people,
Yeah.
you know, TikTok, whatever. And I was looking at the time, kind of going, I got time. And all of a sudden, my brain like punched its way through to like the forefront. Went, you idiot! You don't like. You're not even gonna make it if you leave now. Like, you know what I mean? And I hadn't showered yet. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like,
that's killer.
so I was just like, I gotta brush my teeth and go. Like, I can't eat. I gotta throw on like. I have to throw on clothes, throw on
Yeah.
deodorant just so I don't stink.
Yeah.
And I called them on the way, and I,
Came up
much
with the
like you,
great crafted lie.
got my car, and the lights were on in the like just the indoor interior lights were on, and it was because when we got home the previous night, I think Maddie's belt buckle got stuck in the passenger, and so it
okay.
didn't fully close the door.
Oh, okay.
And so my brain just went, "Yep, hey guy, yeah, my battery was
died.
dead."
I knew it. I knew it.
and I called and I raced there, and I felt awful about lying, and I got home and I told that to Maddie, and she went, "Why did you lie?
Why did you just tell them that you slept
like
in?
just or just be like, hey, I'm running late."
Yeah, sorry, I was. Because you have to. I understand exactly what you think. Where your brain goes, "No, I gotta give him something.
Yeah.
I gotta give him something."
I literally
That shifts the blame off of me.
I literally before I called went, you need to give them something, just for them not to even because I'm like they're not gonna. I know if I just say I'm running late,
Yeah.
they're gonna be like, oh, okay. But part of me is like, yeah, but they're gonna look at me different.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
Yeah. This is the guy who's late.
There's a 10% chance that they're like, oh, he doesn't prioritize his time well, which is true. I didn't. But I don't want.
But I don't want them to
them
know that.
think
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
So then I'm going.
But if
I'm
you say
thinking,
the battery thing, what could he do?
But then I, as I'm thinking that, I go, but don't over-explain.
yeah.
Because then they'll know you're lying.
Like, you know what it is? It's honestly, it's crazy that I put this much thought into it because people don't care.
No.
It's like it's, you know when you're a teenager and you have like the false, I can't remember what they call it. It's a psychology thing, but it's like the false audience thing where you think that everybody
Yes, everyone's looking
is
at
noticing
you
and thinking about what you're doing and so you're really really hyper aware of
Yeah.
what you're doing because it's like that where it's like this person in their mind is going seems kind of fishy, so I have to because they care enough that I have to convince them that my battery died.
Don't say nothing, but don't oversell it. Say something. And so I called them. I go, yeah, sorry, I'm just running a bit late. Friggin' battery died. Anyway, and she went, oh, brutal. Or no, she went, oh, that's great. And I was just like, I know. Anyway, I'm gonna be a little late. She's like, oh, how late are you gonna be? And I went, and then I went even further, and I went, oh, probably about 15 minutes. No, I oversold how late I was going to be.
To make
so when
yourself
I
seem a
was
little bit
8
better.
minutes late, they went, "Oh, good. Wow, you made it. You made pretty good time."
I said, no, you look like a hero.
Yeah. And then I told Maddie like all of that, and she went,
You're an idiot.
"Why?" Like, okay. And it's funny, like in my job tattooing, so often people will be like, shoot me a message, "Hey man, running late. I'll be like probably 5-10 minutes late."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Cool.
all right. Actually,
Yeah.
I prefer it, to be honest. I saw this TikTok that was a tattoo artist, and I couldn't agree with anything more. They said, here's what happens with a tattoo appointment. First option. You get to the tattoo shop, for your appointment. Someone's already there. They're already there 15 minutes early. Worst possible option.
Right.
That's awful. I hate that. Because now I'm hyper aware of how I'm spending my time.
Right.
I'm hyper aware of setting up because they're waiting.
Right.
Awful. Don't ever come early. It pisses me off.
Don't come early, guys. You heard it here first.
I hate it.
Don't come early to Judah's tattoo appointment.
Second option, 15 minutes have passed. You've heard nothing. You don't know if they're coming. This person, I think, subscribes to the idea that like they're not going to reach out because it's not my job to make sure you come to your appointment on time.
Right.
I think that's a little bit annoying.
Right.
I will normally be like, "Hey, everything okay?"
Yeah.
If I don't hear anything for like another 15, frig it.
Yeah.
I'm doing something else.
Appointment's over.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But that again, not
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, not a desirable option
And then
either.
the best option is, I'm setting up, and like 20 minutes out from their appointment, they hit me with the, "Hey, I'll probably be like 15 minutes late." Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sounds
go-
good.
And then they
I
come.
got 35 minutes now.
They
Yeah.
come in with like a coffee, and I'm like, "Yeah, good for you. I'm glad you did that."
Yeah. And I imagine never are you thinking like, "Oh, I wonder why they're late.
No.
What are they doing?" You're
Yeah.
just like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah.
And that's what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah.
When we say to them, "Hey, I'm running late for my dentist appointment," they're
Yeah.
not going, "Did he sleep in?" They don't care enough.
I was literally thinking, I was like, "I'm pretty sure I was running late last time." Oh, they're gonna remember from 6 months prior.
This receptionist cares enough
Yeah.
about you to go, you were the guy who was 6 minutes late for his last one.
Oh, you're just a late guy, huh?
Yeah, you're just a late guy.
person.
And then it just matters.
She
that they
turns
think
around the
that.
monitor. There's just a bunch of yellow marks by my name. Late.
Yeah, this is the late guy. Oh,
Yeah.
you're the late guy, Judah.
Oh,
we talk about
stop
you in our
it.
break room all the time.
We're always wondering what could possibly be so
Yeah.
important for big important.
Yeah, we go. Did
Judah.
you guys see next week? Judah's got an appointment. 6 minutes
Yeah,
or under 10 minutes late.
Who's placing $5? $5 on $5 and over.
We always bet on you. Can you imagine?
Sandra was able to put her kids through college on the Judah late
the Judah
raffle.
late, the Judah raffle. Get your tickets here. 50%.
The 50%.
50% goes.
Oh my
I don't even know how that
gosh.
works in
I
a
don't
betting
know.
perspective, but it's funny to me.
Yeah, but that's the thing you do kind of worry.
Yep.
Because we're so worried about what other people think about
Yeah,
us, and I
yeah.
get it. Because when someone,
Is it like healthy? No, I'm not saying it's healthy.
but it makes for funny little stories.
It does make for funny little stories like that one.
Honestly, and I was even thinking that too when I called,
Yeah.
where I was like, "This is stupid," but it's
Yeah.
also kind of funny.
Yeah. It
It makes my life more interesting.
It's bad. It's bad how much time I'll spend crafting a lie. Not as much with people I actually care about, clearly, because I blew this lie, but like my job or like something
yeah.
like that, I'll craft a lie,
Yeah.
and I will have thought out every single
Yep.
contingency. And like if you break, what about this? Oh, I thought about it.
Yep.
This is the answer. Not with you. I didn't think about it with you because I blew it a day later. But I would never blow
Have
it.
I ever told you about my coworker at Best Buy, Santos?
I don't think so. No.
That's his last name. I don't need to air him out, but that's what I called him too. So, he would be late, not all the time,
Right.
but like definitely not enough to really draw attention to himself.
Right.
But like, it was not unheard of for him
Right.
to be late. And when he was late, especially for a morning shift, dude's coming in with McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah.
And I would go, "Oh, is that what made you late?" Because I'm kind of just like, I'm his friend, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of, like ribbing him, giving him a hard time. And I'm just like, "Oh, is that like," I'm not even giving him a hard time. I'm just like,
Yeah.
we're chatting, I don't
Yeah.
care that you're late. Who flipping cares? This place
Yeah.
is hell.
I'm not the
Yeah.
manager. Yeah. I don't get
So
paid
I'm
to
like,
care.
"Oh, is that like, long line at McDonald's?" He's like, No. And I'm like, "Oh." And he's like, I was already late when I got this. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, the first time he said that to me, I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, yeah, I was already, like, because one time he came in like 15 minutes late. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, that sucks. Like, how long did McDonald's take? And he's like, oh, no, I rolled up to this 7 minutes into my shift. And I'm like,
Wow.
what? And he's like, I'm already late. What? I'm going to be late and hungry? I can't be. I'm already in trouble for being late.
That takes a lot.
And I was like,
I can't even wrap my head around.
and I
that.
was like, no, that doesn't make sense. And he was like, there's not a scale.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, yeah, if I'm 4 hours late,
Yeah.
like, sure. But
7 minutes versus 15
7
minutes?
minutes versus 15.
No way there's a
He was
difference
like,
there.
the grace period on punching in is 3 or 5 or something, like 3 or 5 minutes. I think it's 5 minutes. And he's like, anything past that, I'm late in the system.
Yeah.
The system doesn't care
Yeah.
if it's 2 minutes over. It doesn't get, like, it's not a scale that gets progressively darker, you know? It's just, I'm late.
I'm
It's
gonna
already
go-
on,
I'm
it's
gonna go get a
already
breakfast
on
sandwich.
the system that I'm late. Why not get a breakfast sandwich? And I'm like,
Wow.
I love you. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I want to be like him when I grow up.
coolest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I wish I had enough confidence to
'Cause-
behave
'cause
like that.
To be fair, like, it obviously depends on the job.
Yeah.
Like, for him, it's like, this is a dead end job. He
Yeah.
knows he doesn't want to do this for the rest of his life. It's not his career. It's not his passion.
Yeah. Who cares?
Like,
yeah.
he's not dealing with customers one-on-one. Like, for me, if I would be a douchebag to do that. Like, message my client and go, hey, I'm running late.
yeah.
And then I roll up
It's
with
a
like
little
a ton
different,
of food.
yeah.
And to be like, oh, I was already late and I still stopped. That's
That's a whole different thing. That's a mean thing to
Yes.
do. Not with your McDonald's job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
like, who
stupid
cares?
Best Buy job.
Yeah.
Who cares? And I was like, because that's the thing is like, with that, there's so many people staffed. There's so many like redundancies put in place already.
Yeah.
Like the place is not falling apart if he doesn't
Yeah.
show up
Yeah.
right on time. But because of like the bureaucracy and like the capitalistic like money
Yeah.
and like systems put in place for that, like the system will mark you anything past 5 minutes.
Yeah.
System's gonna mark a late.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm sure there's something in there that like at the end of the month, if you have X amount of lates,
Yeah.
and a manager gets a notification
Yeah.
to be like, oh, we gotta have a chat.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so for something like that, who cares?
No one. Yeah. No one gives a
Who
rip.
cares?
Yep.
And I was just like, you know
No
what?
one's losing sleep, bro.
You're right. And one time, I was running late, and I was
went to
and I
McDonald's.
was pulling up, and I had the option to turn, and I went, no, I can't do it.
You chickened out. Yeah.
And I couldn't do it.
I have to go in. I have to.
Yeah, I'm already late.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
I
gonna
don't
yell at
know
me.
if, especially at that age, like
Yeah.
back when I was working at like National Sports and I was like 19.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have had the gall
No.
back then to do that.
Even I was like I think I was probably like 21, 22.
Still,
but even still, I was just
yeah.
like, there's no shot.
now, yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have the gall.
Yeah.
but
Well, and that's the other thing is he had been working there for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah, who cares? Yeah,
he knows everything, and
Yeah,
like
whatever.
He's basically the head of his mini department. So I was
Yeah.
just like, whereas for me, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a nobody.
yeah,
The longer I worked there, and the more garbage I saw people get away with, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's actually impossible to get fired.
Yeah.
So
the only time I feel bad at like a corporate job like that is if me not being there affects either like my coworkers, like they get dumped on,
Yes.
or somehow it affects the customer.
Yeah.
So like my current job,
Yeah.
if I'm not there,
yeah,
either it translates to more work for my coworkers and a higher wait time for patients who are sick.
Yeah, which
so
sucks.
I'm like, I care about that.
Yes,
I'm not
that's
going to
valid.
intentionally be late for those people. But at like a sports
Yeah,
store,
yeah, who
oh, you
cares?
have to wait 2 minutes longer for me to tell you what the difference between these two hockey sticks are.
yeah.
Grow up. You're
and
fine.
honestly, again, like no one's waiting for you.
Yeah.
They'll find someone else.
They will
It doesn't
they will
matter.
handle it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so much like, yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because if it's gonna affect my friends who I work with, even
Yeah.
not even my friends, like it's just my coworkers.
Yeah, I feel
I
bad.
think that's
Yeah.
unfortunate and rude of me to be like,
Yeah.
their time is less valuable.
Sorry, I went to get a breakfast sandwich.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but also at the same time, it's like, yeah, the longer you work at a place like that, you kind of realize like nothing I do here matters. I'm not contributing anything of value in the real world.
Yeah.
I've made a conglomerate $6 extra.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who gives
Yeah.
a rip? Yeah.
And
No
he
one
also,
cares.
he hit me with the. He hit me with the. It's not like they're paying me to do this. Like he was like, I'm not getting paid for the time. Like I'm actually saving the money by doing this. Like they're paying me 7 minutes less.
True.
I'm paid by the hour.
True.
And I was like, I guess you're right.
He's not wrong.
I guess you're right. But yeah, I loved. He would say it to managers. Oh,
Yeah,
like
eh?
McDonald's hold you up? No,
He just didn't care.
didn't care.
That
and
takes
that-
a certain level of
I
of
respect him
gall.
so much.
yeah.
He was one of my favorite people I ever worked with. The only time he didn't be honest in like him being stupid. Well, actually, probably a few times he did. I think if a manager expressly asked him, he would have been honest about this one. He did print off an entire Dungeons & Dragons handbook with the work printer, and which is about like 300 pages because he goofed it and only printed single-sided, I think. Not only was the printer just in use for like an hour, he killed a thing of toner. So, and then he hole punched it, put it into a tang. He's like, "Why would I spend the money? I found the PDF online, but I wanted a physical copy. Printed it off at work. That's not allowed, obviously.
That's theft.
Yeah. Technically, it's theft.
Yeah.
Of both time and resources.
Yeah.
But that's the one where I'm like, he wasn't flagrant about that one. But
Yeah.
I think if someone asked, he probably would have been like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I did
that's
that."
what I did. Wow.
With like a little smirk on his face.
Wow, Santos, what a guy.
But the other thing he did was we used to kill time in the back, like sword fighting with big old pieces of foam.
That's fun.
Yeah, and just
That sounds fun.
it's very stupid, but it was literally
we
like
used to play baseball in the back at
we
our
used to
place.
do that too.
Yeah.
The sword fighting one was fun because it was like, how cool can you make this?
Right.
And then classic sword fight rules. I hit your arm, you can't use that arm anymore.
Classics are my rules.
Yeah. And then not only would we waste, I don't know, anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes doing that, we would, after we decided we were done or there was a victor, we would not go back to work. We would run to the little, we had a security room.
Uh-huh.
We would go in there, rewind the security tapes, and rewatch it for the same amount of time.
That's so good.
And so we
You're
used to
into watching the replay?
Yeah.
Yo, chat, clip that?
yeah. And then we'd be like, "Oh, check! Oh, dude, that was sick!" And "Oh, check this! Oh, dude, I got you on that one." And then it's so stupid.
Oh, that's so funny.
And anyway, one time it happened. I can't even remember if I was there for this. I feel like I wasn't, but I think he was doing it. It was a couple of us who would do this, and we would get involved. Like the big foam pieces were very anime-esque because they're massive foam protector pieces, normally from the sides of TVs,
Right.
in the TV boxes. And then there would also be the TV boxes,
Right.
from like demo TVs that went out,
Right.
And we would also use those. We would put the shiny side down with all like the outside advertising pictures and see how far we could slide it across, like surfing. And he was like, "You know what? I'm going to combo that." And so he did a running with the sword, jumped to like surf and swipe, fell, broke his wrist. And so he went to our general manager and went, "Hey, Pablo, I think I broke my wrist. I got to go home or like to the hospital." And Pablo's a cool guy. He was very dry sense of humor, but he was a good guy. And so he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awful. Like, let me make sure you get, like, I'll get you the forms for workers' comp.
Right.
So you get some money because this happened at work."
Right.
And he was genuine. And Sean had to go,
Yeah, no, that's okay.
"So I actually don't want those forms, and I'm not going to fill them out, and you're not going to ask me why." And Pablo looked at him and went, "Okay." And then he went to the hospital, got a cast, and that was it.
And that was it. Wow.
Because you can't get workers' comp
No.
for that.
You'll get fired for that.
Because they're going to get that third party, like...
They're going to look at the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to get the judge coming in to determine
you
whether you actually get workers' comp and go, "Oh, you can't do that."
No, yeah, you did this to yourself.
That's not only can you not do that, now you trying to get workers' comp is fraud.
Yeah.
And you're being negligent on the job, you're fired. So
Yeah.
he was just like, I would
I would have behaved the exact same way. I wouldn't even have told anybody.
Well,
I would have been like, "Hey man, I'm sick," and then just went and got a cast.
That's fair. But yeah, he was just like, "I gotta go," and so that was he. I loved him. He was so great, and what a great person to kill time at work with. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't do anything at Best Buy, guys. And if you're at a job for a huge conglomerate, stop trying. It doesn't matter.
Have some fun.
Have some fun in life. Take it easy. Be present. In
Unless
the
you're
moment.
getting paid $30 an hour. If you're getting paid minimum wage, do your job
Just-
for sure.
Yeah, get it done.
You're not owed money for nothing.
Yeah.
You are hired,
hired to do something.
to make money
Yeah.
for the company.
Yep.
But at the same time, have some fun while you
Settle
do
down.
it.
Be present in your life.
Find the redundancies and fill the time with something fun. You know?
Experience peace.
Yeah.
That's a barely cool message for today.
When I worked at Best Buy, real quick, when I got hired, they went minimum wage at the time. I don't know. I think it was like 15 something.
Mm-hmm.
They went 1560. We're not giving you 1560. We're going to give you 16. We don't want to give our workers minimum wage because we don't want minimum effort.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
Okay, you'll get an extra
Yeah.
40 cents effort.
Yeah, you're gonna get a 2% more
Yeah,
than
what
my
are we
minimum
talking
effort.
about? Anyway,
Shut the hell up.
fun job because it was made fun by goofing out with my coworkers. Goof off with your coworkers.
Go off
more.
with your coworkers. Play some baseball in the back room.
Unless you're a brain surgeon, then maybe
Maybe don't goof off with your coworkers in that
Yeah.
case. Thanks for listening to the Really Cool Podcast.
Hey guys, watch! If I push this part in his brain, his
Yeah.
hands go up.
Whoa, I have fun at my job.
I'm gonna make him pee his pants. He just shoves his fingers in this dude's like cerebellum.
That's awful.
Anyway.
all right, that's enough.
Thanks
Just
for
cut
watching
it
the
out.
Really Cool Podcast.
Bye.
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you, or with or without buzz. I've started, this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
You think I could make him quack like a duck? I'm just kidding. We have fun here. Him and all the other brain surgeons.
You're all just laughing.
We have fun here.
There's like an intern watching, like, what the hell?
His wife is.
We have fun here.
His wife's crying in the hall. She's not sure if her husband's gonna make it. She just hears uproarious laughter from the operating room. Anyway,
Again, like husbands up, like dancing.
doing the Pinocchio "I have no strings" dance.
There are no strings on me.
There's just a guy on like a 6-foot step ladder, just in the dude's
Dear
brain.
God.
Okay.
That's enough. See you later.